and elsewhere will trim that number to just 4. This game represents a Week 5 rematch when the Wildcats tangled with Otis-Bison and walked off with a 46-0 win. Since that time, the Cougars, who are members of the Central Prairie League, scored 3-2, including a very convincing shutout win last week by a score of 54-0 over Mardisine Valley. Cunningham has not played a game in 3 weeks, but they do sport an 8-1 record up to this point. Perhaps more impressive than their 54 points per game scoring average is their defensive performance, as that side of the ball has given up an average of 14 points per game. When considering only 6-man contests, that number drops to just over 8 points per game. And that means that they allow the offense to operate with minimal pressure to score. Every game, though, is a new game, and execution will be important for both squads. But right now, it's time to execute the announcement of our starting lineups, and let's get started first with the visiting Cougars of Otis-Bison. First up is a 130-pound junior, number 3, Maddox Fireball. Also starting a 200-pound sophomore, number 5, Colton Corey. Next is a 155-pound senior, number 7, Gavin Alloway. 215-pound sophomore, number 55, Marcus Starr. Next up is a 250-pound senior, number 90, Connor Shank. And lastly is a 255-pound senior, number 95, Kelson Juno. The head coach for the Cougars is Mark Coles, and his assistant is Anton Faust. Now for the defensive starters for your Cunningham Wildcats. We begin with the 150-pound freshman, number 4, J.B. Kirshen. Next is the 208-pound senior, number 13, Dylan Alderson. Next is a 168-pound senior, number 14, Logan Kinsler. And after he is a 172-pound senior, number 15, Skylar Dimmish. Next up, a 184-pound junior, number 22, Stephen Kirshen. And the 6th starter tonight on defense for the Wildcats is a 187-pound sophomore, number 23, Brody Bach. The head coach for the Wildcats is Lance McGuire, and his assistant is Eric Kirshen. Tonight's officials are Jason King, Bradley Fox, Brian Siva, Wayne Harris, and Nathan Fox.
Good morning. Excuse me. Good evening, Otis-Bison. That's one way to start the night. It'll be a sectional matchup here in the Acacia six-man state playoffs. A rematch from a earlier matchup throughout the season. Your Otis-Bison Cougars are taking on the Cunningham Wildcats. And to start off tonight, Kelson Juno kicking off and back deep. Number 15 for the Cunningham Wildcats, Skylar Timish. Be a pooch kick that's picked up by Skylar Timish, and he's pushed out of bounds just at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 Wildcats from there. See if these Cougars can get a defensive stop to start the game. An inside handoff. Bounces outside. And he might be gone to start this game off. And he is. Touchdown, Stephen Kirshen, excuse me. And the Cougars can't stop that. This might be a tough matchup as Brody Bach looks to add 2 with the kick. Kick is up and good. So just like that, a 0 to start the game. And Cougars will have a chance to respond. And I think a lot of what tonight's going to be for the Cunningham Wildcats is handing the ball off to number 22, Stephen Kirshen, and trying to have him bounce outside and be faster than everyone, as we saw in that first play there. But as we've seen throughout the season, we have an athlete of our own, Gavin Alloway. That is who will be back deep for the Cougars to return this kickoff. I wouldn't be surprised if I see something weird here by the Wildcats. Kicking off is number 23, Brody Bach. It's going to be a line drive, and it's going to end up out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Cougars from their 25. They're going to take it at the right hash, or they won't. High snap here. Maddox falls on it, and just like that, shooting ourselves in the foot to start the night off. Sick. 2nd and long. Pitch to Gavin Alloway, and he's brought down from behind. Another loss on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and forever here. And the Cougars struggle to score offensively. I don't know if their defense is going to be able to carry that weight. Action pass. Gonna fall incomplete, intended for Marcus Starr. 4th and long. That is not the way that the Cougars wanted to start this game out. 1 play score for the Wildcats and 3 and out for themselves. Let's see if Kelson Juno can get a good punt off. Back deep for the Wildcats is Stephen Kirshen. Pushed out of bounds by Connor Shank. Inside the 30. So 1st and 15 here for the Wildcats. Another handoff. Left side. Breaks a tackle. Eventually pushed around. Tackled the other side of the 25. So that'll make it about 2nd and 11 here. Gain of 4 there by Skylar Timish. Another T-back look. 2-back look rather, and the carry by Stephen Kirshen's gonna be good for a 3rd and short. Just short of the line to gain. Taken down by Marcus Starr and Colton Corey. It's gonna be a big 3rd down here for the Cougars. See if they can get a stop. Same formation, pitch the right side. Kelson can't get to the edge. He's pushed out by Travis Ross. It's a good play by him, but that'll be good enough for the 1st down, and it'll become 1st and goal. Inside handoff. Cuts inside. And he's going to be stopped around the 5-yard line. And that'll make it 2nd and 5. Again, goal line. Offensively from the Wildcats, we haven't seen anything but this look. And they're going to look for a pass here. And jump pass is incomplete. So it'll be 3rd downs after the incompletion. No gain on the play. Cougars look a lot better this drive than their first defensive attempt. It's 3rd and goal. And a toss to the right side. He's going to try and cut up the middle. And that's good enough for a Wildcat touchdown. Two-point attempt by Brody Bach and company. Snap's good. Holds good. And so is the kick. That adds 2 to the scoreboard. No one ever wants to see 8 points if you're the defense, but at least that time the Cougars made them earn it. And shortly we will see if the Cougars can earn 8 more of their own here. Trying to get anything started. They failed to do their last series down. 3rd and out, 3 and out. If the Cougars can respond offensively here. Gavin Alloway is back deep to return this kick. And Brody Bach kicking off for the Wildcats. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. And the kick heads out of bounds. Once more. So the Cougars are going to take over from the 25 again. 1st and 15 from that spot. High snap again. Gets the handoff to Gavin Alloway. And that time it's a gain of 4. So the Cougars get the first positive yards of the night with that handoff to Gavin Alloway. Let's see if they can try and get a drive together here. 2nd and 11. Pass. And it falls incomplete. Gavin Alloway couldn't hold on to it. There's pressure. Forces the ball out early. So it's 3rd and long here. Colton Corey splits out left. Hand off to Gavin Alloway. He is fast, breaks a tackle, good for the first down, and he's taken down to the 25. Excuse me, the 35. That's good enough for a Cougar first down. 1st and 15 here for the Cougars. Gonna see a similar formation. Maddox flips it to Marcus, and that's good enough for a short gain. So that'll make it 2nd and 10 here. Colton Corey split out left again. High snap. And it's intercepted by the Wildcats. And turnover is something the Cougars cannot afford tonight. First and 15 for the Wildcats after the interception. Cougars got a decent offensive drive and ends in a turnover. 2-back look. Handoff. Pitch. See if Gavin can make the play. He can't. Colton Corey will wrap him up out of bounds inside the red zone. Gavin Alloway just didn't have the angle. Just like that, it's 1st and 15 for the Wildcats in the red zone. Another pitch to the right side. Steven Kirshen cuts and ends up in the end zone. Cody Bach looking to add 2 more. A good snap, and it's blocked by Travis Ross. Gets a hand on it, stops the Wildcats conversion attempt. So Wildcats lead 22-0 with 3:43 left in the first. Picking off for the Wildcats appears to be number 4, J.P. Kirshen, but something tricky might be happening. And it's going to be a high kick. Gavin Alloway runs underneath it, and he's going to try and make a play, cut back, and he's down at the 30. It's a good return by Gavin Alloway. First and 15, Cougars. And you'll see Marcus Starr and Colson Corey, 2 sophomores, split out right. Wildcats look to be rushing 3. Pass is complete to Connor Shank. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. Rather a loss of 1. Makes it 2nd and 16. Maddox trying to make something out of nothing. But still a loss of 1. Nice snap, handoff to Travis Ross. He goes nowhere. In fact, he loses a handful more. Coles is telling me he has to go up and inside the blocks. Try to bounce it outside. Probably lost 2 more. Third and long. It's definitely a passing down here. 2 minutes left in the first. Next Fireball steps up in the pocket, tries to deliver a pass, and it's over Gavin's head. Looks like he wasn't comfortable there. And I'd be surprised if the Cougars don't go for it here. Down 22 early. See what Mr. Coles draws up. The Colton Corey and Gavin Alloway split left. Pass is incomplete, intended for Colton Corey. So that'll be turnover on downs. And the Wildcats will take over here. First and 15 here for the Wildcats. Gonna be a pitch left. Gavin Alloway's blocked on the edge. And he's pushed out of bounds by none other than Travis Ross. Just shy of the goal line. But it will be a 1st and goal here. First and goal. No, I still don't think we've seen anything other than this formation. Low snap, handoff. It's going to be good enough for a touchdown. And, add 6 to the scoreboard. And Cunningham's PAT team will march onto the field to try and add 2 more. Their last attempt was blocked by the one and only Travis Ross. El Travador, some might know him. This time the kick is up, hold is good, and 2 more are added. Kicking off for the Wildcats is John Paul Kirshen, freshman, and back deep. For the Cougars is Gavin Alloway, and it's going to be a knuckleball. He's going to return it, make a guy miss, stumbles. He's brought down about the 23-yard line. First and 15 Cougars. Hand off to Gavin Alloway. He'll bounce it outside. He'll make a guy miss and get brought down after the first down. And what a tough run by Gavin Alloway. Breaks 3 tackles along the way. I'm going to say he takes a step out of bounds just short of the line to gain. So it'll make it second and short here. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway. That's going to be good enough for the first down. Breaks a tackle, makes a guy miss almost. And he's brought down at the 25 after the long run. First and 15 Cougars. .35 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock is running. Be a false start on Gavin Alloway. Comes to snap. So it's going to be first and 20, and pattern we start to see. It's the Cougars shooting themselves in the foot. So there's 10 seconds left on the clock. And I don't know if the Cougars can get a playoff here. They're not. And after the first quarter, your score is Cunningham Wildcats 30 to the Cougars 0. First and 20 here for the Cougars at the 30-yard line, trying to get their first score of the night. What we've seen so far, first drive down, the Cougars shoot themselves in the foot with loss of yardage, and next thing you know, it's fourth down punts. Cunningham has not struggled as much as the Cougars have tonight. Their first offensive series of the night, they scored in one play. And Cougars turned it over on their second drive. And the Wildcats have not struggled to score at all. So they lead 30-0. Gavin's starting to warm up offensively. Had a couple long runs. Some good returns. Play action pass. It's intercepted by J.P. Kirshen. And he'll run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Must have been some communication mistake because there was no Cougar within a 10-yard radius. First and 15 now for the Wildcats. Low snap, inside handoff, and short gain. Fumbled snap. And it's deflected by Kelson Juno. So that's going to make it 3rd and long here. 3rd and 14. We're going to pitch outside. And Travis makes a perfect play. Pushes them out of bounds. After a short gain. Fourth and 10 here. Oh, snap. And a good punt. Bounces backwards. And the Cougars will take over from the 24-yard line. And the Cougars force a punt. And probably the best defensive drive I've seen. Most impressive, rather, from the Cougars. So 1st and 15 here. Colton Corey lines up left. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway. And he's tackled after a gain of 4. Gain of 3, long 3, short 4. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway, and he has nowhere to go. 3 different Wildcats in on the play. So it's 3rd and long here. Mr. Cole's going to have to drop something to keep this drive alive. Another handoff to Gavin. It's a decent gain on the play. That'll make it 4th and 8. Gonna be crucial down here for the Cougars. Maddox fireball rolls out right. Ball's incomplete. And that'll make it 1st and 15 for the Wildcats. Another inside handoff. Breaks a couple tackles along the way. That's going to become a pushing match. A gain of 8. Makes it 2nd and 7. Another inside handoff. Bounces outside. Steven Kirshen is fast. Breaks 2 tackles along the way and scores. His 3rd touchdown of the night. And score is 36-0 here. Wildcats looking to make it 38. Kick is up. Kick is good. Makes it 38-0 with just under 6 minutes to go. Gonna be a high kick. Given out of the way. Tackled at about the 11, but he escapes what could have been a big hit. So 1st and 15 for the Cougars. High snap. Hand off to Travis Ross. breaks a tackle, but doesn't go anywhere. Be a gain of about 1. Makes it 2nd and 14 here. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway. Can't go anywhere. Man. 3rd and long here. Third and long. Gavin gets the pitch but can't make much of it. And that'll be 4th down. 4th and 10 for the Cougars. A timeout on the play. Timeout Otis. 4th and long, down 38. And Mr. Coles wants some time to think about it. Fourth and long here. They rush two. Helson Juno gets the first down, but there's going to be a hold on the play. The penalty on the play is going to take him back. Something you can't afford on a 4th and long. Makes it 4th and longer. Nicole's going to think about it some more. There'll be a moonshot of a kick. And the Wildcats will take over. 1st and 15 from the 25 after Kelson's punt. The handoff again. And Mr. Kirshen stumbles. Tackled by the laces. Low snap, handed off to Steven Kirshen. Breaks a tackle. He's going to break another one. And Kelson pushed him out of bounds after the first down. Marcus Starr and Travis Ross both there to make the play, but they can't finish it. Another handoff. Skylar Timish. That'll be a gain of 5. Tackled by Marcus and a few others. And Kirshen's gonna carry Gavin and Colton all the way to 3rd and short. Low snap, doesn't matter. Steven Kirshen's breaking many tackles tonight. Breaks 3. That'll be 1st and goal. It'll be a pitch to the right side. No one's there. Travis tries to make the play, but he can't. Be 2 more for the Cunningham Wildcats, and that makes their lead 46-0. Kicking off for the Wildcats is J.P. Kirshen. And back deep for the Cougars is Gavin Alloway. It's going to be a high kick. Gavin Alloway is going to run the other way. And he's tackled about the 28-yard line. Just inside the 30. And that'll make it 1st and 15 for the Cougars. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway. Goes nowhere. The 2nd and long after about a gain of 1. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway. He gets about 6 or 7 on the play. "45 seconds left in the first half. Cougars down 46-0. If the Cougars don't score, the game will end. Another handoff to Gavin Alloway. And he's brought down from behind. "20 seconds left on the play clock. Or 15. "7 seconds. Timeout, Cougars. Enough time for one more play. Second and long here. 2 seconds left. And that incompletion will be how this game ends. "46-0 is your final score. Cougars season ends in the sectional round. They finish as sectional runner-ups. And the Cunningham Wildcats will advance to the Final Four. Good night from me. Tonight was filmed by Ethan James Meyer, and the scoreboard was operated by Peyton Reaver and Christian Funk. Thank you, everyone, for watching along as we had a wonderful season watching the Cougars, and I hope to keep you guys engaged throughout basketball season as that comes up. Have a good night, everyone, and good nights from me, Louis McVeigh.